Hey, collective. All right, I got a couple readings I'm supposed to do. There's a divine masculine reading. Um, it's about some people that may be friends of his, or maybe that he knows, or in a man group, or a group, or like somewhere they're somewhere associated or close enough to divine masculine, or yeah. So there's two bums and two other gentlemen in divine masculines. Like he knows these individuals, he's met them before, he knows their name, he's familiar with these individuals. Some of them, the two upper echelon gentlemen, are actually ones that he knows pretty well because they're in the upper echelon as he is. And then the other two, they're bums. They're kind of, one of them is kind of sort of like was moving their way up, but they got a divorce. Yeah, they got a divorce. They ended up getting a divorce, which now there's something about that part of their story right now that makes the group skeptical of them. Yeah, and the group is not very certain, that this person is even playing. So whomever this other person is, the group, like I said, I don't even know, like the man group that they may all belong to. Like maybe there's an association or, affiliation, but whatever group they belong to, there's two that are like low bottoms. Like these are just the people but one of them had moved their way up in the ranks. The other one couldn't do anything. This person literally, yeah, it's just kind of like I hear a scouring pad kind of energy. I don't know. Yeah, this person may already be under judgment, is what they're saying. Yeah, to try to, but I heard like it needs to be ended. Like this, yeah, there was maybe some confusion about that within the group. But they've kind of realized, yeah, no, this person has to end. Because that's essentially going to be what happens to a lot of things within the group, or a lot of individuals within the group, if they don't satisfy that. But the other two are gentlemen. They're all kind of looking at divine. That's what's coming out. They're all kind of looking at divine feminine. Maybe that's what divine masculine didn't know, or maybe was like kind of on to. Might have thought. Might have kind of sort of. Yeah, maybe. But now it's kind of even more clear. But what I believe is taking place is the two gentlemen that are of the upper echelon. Oh yeah. See, look. The two gentlemen that are the upper echelon, they're kind of they're confident in themselves. I will say that much. Yeah, they're ready to like move forward with making offers to the divine feminine energy. Ooh, yeah, because they feel like if this divine masculine's time runs out in his new contract, that that gives them the opportunity. Yeah, that gives them the opportunity. And so maybe that's something they know that he doesn't know, or maybe he's not factoring in at this point of the game. That may be something that they have over him, is understanding the essence of time. Oh yeah. So there's some older masculine energies that also know that divine feminine energy exists within, just they know divine masculine. They may or may not do business with divine masculine. Look, may or may not. And they feel like, hey, it's nothing lost, nothing, no harm, no foul. Because if you mess up your contract, everybody knows that. And so they're just kind of sitting there wondering if this person is going to like sleep on it too long and mess up. Feeling like they need to keep going within or something, or like, I don't know, maybe dirt digging, or I don't know, like something they keep going within about that they don't need to. It's something like they're almost obsessing about that they shouldn't. Yeah, that's the illusion too, that the reason that they may even, the divine masculine may even be feeling any skepticism is because they are kind of acknowledging his space for errors too. This came out. Here's the thing. What I feel like is the gentlemen that are up against divine masculine, since this is where we were with him, they know that the divine feminine is still attracted to them. So they're aware. They're aware that, like, oh, wait a minute. If this person just squashes their contract and doesn't, ooh, yeah. It's something like if this person isn't able to kind of understand that, like, you've gotten where you are, you've done great, you know, it's a kind of an issue between, what's this that I wrote here on these notes, something about this person's ego. It's kind of like, is this ego leading this person, or is this what did it say? Okay. So this person, my apologies. Yeah, they also feel like you might get distracted by things too, because you're in this King of Pentacles energy and you kind of are focused on this. So it's like, but these older gentlemen know and understand the aspect of, like, hey, I get that as long as I stand in my confidence, there's something about, like, this confidence of the King of Wands energy that they know that this divine masculine isn't paying attention to right now. They're just focused on this luxury and this profit, and finding their inner strength, and maybe even looking at, like, seeing, okay, are there any other last minute opportunities that I could go towards? And they're thinking for you. If you were wondering where any of the projections are coming from, and it's not on purpose, I feel like it's just kind of like they know you is what their energy is feeling like from person to person. Since we're talking about this person in particular, you know, how do I feel like they are ready for a wife? Do I feel like they are ready for, you know, the wealth and luxury that they should have? You know, have they endured enough? Are they able to not get lost in the sauce and always walk away from any type of opportunities to give anything to anybody? Like, they know, like, that you, for divine feminine, that you have to shut off. Like, you can't give money, you can't give time, you can't give, you know, the sweetness is like, no, it's a straight cutoff when you're with a divine feminine. And maybe that's something that this person doesn't know. Like, they know that you can't even come near another spectacle when you're with a divine feminine. It's kind of like the energy of, you got to know where and when and how and why to associate yourself. Like, recently I saw Deion Sanders. He was going for something on, and I think they were awarding his children something, and he was called down at the same time as his ex-wife, which is the boy's mother, I believe, his son's mother. And the energy that, you know, he used to take himself away from it was not inappropriate. It was kind of like, oh no, I don't want to give a false reference to whom I'm spending and extending my energy to. That's something they know. Like, you have to be in this, you have to be able to put away everything and not connect yourself in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know how many men, yeah, and only bear this love energy through this transformation. This is coming out through this King of Pentacles. So maybe that's, you know, well, that's what we were talking about. That's what this person, that's what the Emperor doesn't know right now on his journey. Is that what I was supposed to say? Maybe, like, this is what you're supposed to tell him. Okay. This is what they know you don't know. You don't know? Okay, this is what they know. But anyway, and then there's two other ones that know that, like, that know that same aspect of it, kind of like, oh yeah, that's why we messed up. We wanted to kind of have control and manipulate the situation a little bit more, or, you know, extend, you know, overextend our person because they are compassionate, because they work out of a love energy. Like, maybe these are exes of yours that, or people that have come into contact with you. So that I don't think you've dealt with 4 men in this group. No. Or this divine masculine. This is the new energy. I mean, I'm sorry. For divine feminines, divine masculine, your divine feminine hasn't messed with all 4 of these men in the group. Now, the opportunity extends itself, right? But I believe that this divine feminine's only been involved with one person involved in this group. Maybe if there's like just like an extra out there somewhere, but not like involved. But I don't feel like either of you really take that into account, because you believe that like whatever was before me and before you two started to interact, there was, even on your friendship level, like there was no connection with any of them except for these few little hidden, enemies. Because divine masculine, I have to pull out another deck, but you have a group of feminines still that are trying to penetrate your energy. But I was told to make sure I mentioned the masculines first, because these are not things that you're aware of right now. But there's some feminine energies as well. Yeah. That are thinking like, okay, so one of them is actually sending womb spells to try to ensure that you don't procreate, or sending anything that will stop you from connecting physically in that way with your divine feminine. So if you found like you haven't had an appetite to go and like, be intimate with her, that's because your ex is sending that. So that may be also something that someone out here on the table knows, because I feel like some of these, maybe the 2 bums, or maybe all of the other, well, if these all men know you, they all know your ex. So it could be any of them. I don't believe that it's the 2 men who are on the higher upper echelon of things, but I do believe that it is in the bum group. 11:44, 1 o'clock. Okay. All right, so let's see what these 2 older gentlemen know, because I feel like all of them know this first part. The bums and the 2 older gentlemen is know that like you do have to cut off all things outside. Like there's no friends that used to be somebody you dated. There's no associating with people that you used to be with. It leaves an open window for that person to feel like, oh, well, maybe if I get out of my relationship, if they happen to be married or something like that, and you're like, oh, well, this friend is married. Yeah. Maybe to prove a point to you that they could be married, but they may feel like, oh, okay, well, if the opportunity arose and, I found out that this person wanted me, I would leave my person, which kind of creates more drama and chaos, right? But that's the energy that they're in, because they haven't actually ascended the way the divine feminine has. Because the divine feminine would not be in another relationship even considering something outside of it. It's kind of like, okay, I'll just do everything I need to here. And put everything I need to in the relationship that I'm in. But yeah, I guess that's a part of the feminine energies that are going to come out next. Okay, so these group of other men, it's 2 men that and are cool with, that are attractive and of the same stature as you. These men may or may not have been married yet. Getting one of them has for sure. The other one, is actually, the other one is actually just finishing up some like inner child work, like that they had started a while back. Like maybe they were in the divine feminine's energy and they kind of like fell back to do some work, but they like fell back all the way. Like they didn't even keep an eye on things, is what he said. He was like, I wasn't even keeping an eye on things. Yeah, this person was kind of just looking at a few things, because they knew that this emperor energy, or the person who's the emperor energy, is actually still working. Like they knew this person was going to still hold back, so they felt like, okay, it won't take me that long to do what I need to do. Like this person, maybe they had a set time frame for what it was that they were setting and accomplishing, and they know when it'll be over, and they're like, okay, perfect timing. Like somebody was planning ahead of time on divine masculine. So maybe there's one of these gentlemen who was planning some time ago because they saw the divine feminine in the energy. Like this is an energy that it's like it's somebody that you would want to marry. It's someone that you would want to be with, because it's the type of person because that's here at the 6 of Pentacles. It's coming out with the, and the reason I said hold back, the person was holding back because it was the 4 of Pentacles above it. But this is the type of divine feminine energy that really does create, the perfect, coming home, belonging, marriage, the type of person that when you get home, you feel like you're home. You feel like this is, okay, I'm here. You the man of the castle, you the king of the castle, you're everything up in there. And then it's like everybody also respects you, though. That's the difference, because some places it's kind of like, well, if this person, these divine feminines, if they have children, their children are respectful, their children are appreciative, and so on and so forth. So it's like, this person, one of these other gentlemen knew that they would have the time to kind of go face some of their own stuff, to kind of like walk away and make some communications to certain women, like, hey, you know what, I kind of feel like I want to look at something, for myself, as far as like another person that I would possibly need to be with, and I really can't, be connected to you if I do that, but I didn't know how you felt about that and where you're at with what you're doing, and if you thought that there was a chance we could get back together. So some of these men went back to, or maybe one of them went back to, out of the two that are, upper echelon, as far as like energy and, capability and all of these different things. You understand what I'm talking about. But because they were being honest with themselves, they were like, okay, I can't keep myself up at night wondering if I'm ready for this and not being ready for it, so is what this person said. This person knew that they were not ready for it back then. They backed out of the game. It's a lot of synchronicity here, because it keeps like 14, 14, 16, 16. I keep seeing on the clock. But yeah, they backed up a little bit and decided to put a little bit more clarity out there with their exes. Oh, okay. So that's also something that these people may know that divine masculine doesn't know. Oh, shoot. Okay, that they can have this victory, like they can, potentially, by doing that, by showing this inner strength, because it's like, yeah, they did have a chance to kind of sit down and like, not idealize, but like try to imagine what they wanted, like how big, how far, how wide they wanted to go in life. And then they sat down and looked at the women that they were with. And they were like, okay, this one I could, but would that be a better fit than this? Would that one be a better fit than this? Would that one be a better fit than this? And they felt like, even if, 1717 on the clock, even if divine feminine decided not to take their offer, once they got the chance to come and commit it to her, that they would still have a possibility, because they were clear of past energies. They had already had the inner strength to go within and remove any connections that would hold them back. That's why the Chariot card is here. So, and they knew that it wasn't going to burden them financially to be with the divine feminine, because their energy is fertility and growth and nurturing of such type things, like, building businesses and, empires, the kind of energy that you see is, behind their husband or their husband saying, hey babe, I found this out, and this is my new, business that I found out, and I put all this together. Do you think we should do this? The real, down with you woman. Like, she's not just like, oh, I'm gonna do this over here without, coming to you even. I don't know. There's something different about it. But there's this intuitiveness, like where to submit to divine masculine, that doesn't come around very often. It's not just that. I feel like it's a lot of things, like all of the things that you really want. So it's like, oh, there was that too. There's another gentleman who said they want their own deck. They're fine with this deck. There's another gentleman that's also been looking for a divine feminine, that's been single for quite some time. So this is a third energy that's in the upper echelon. Okay. That has not given an offer to divine feminine, other than like, hey, I see you, I'm here to protect you, I'm here for you to share, my vibration and my energy with, in a pure and positive way, to learn and, share, it's really, positive. Like, there's a certain level of vibration that they connect on. But this particular individual felt like, or initially, maybe I should say, felt like divine feminine didn't mark all their boxes. And this person just made me very militant, is what I keep hearing. Someone who, like, wouldn't date someone who had children. And now maybe they're changing their mind on that. Yeah. because maybe previously they felt like, oh, women who have children, and maybe that's what they've always been told, women who have children just want you to come and be, the baby daddy. They're just here to suck your money from you and blah blah blah. But they know that that's not the case with the divine feminine. Or it could be something different. If you don't have any children, or you don't have any children that you are responsible for, maybe your children are grown. Oh gosh, I keep speaking to the divine feminines because I feel like divine feminines are still going to watch the divine masculine reading 2002. So anyway, that's why the reading keeps shifting to talk to divine feminine. Even though this is divine masculine's reading, there's also some nosy bits too, is what I'm meant to know. Trying to see what they can do in the background to spur more negative energy. So it is what it is. It only brings it in quicker though. But anyway, so that's what maybe somebody had been told previously, or it could be like, oh, don't date a woman that's dated out of, their race, because it could be something like that where they're like, oh no, well, you got to be with someone who's the same exact race with you. Like maybe, there's some traditional family things, I don't want to throw any specific nationalities or races or cultures or any of that out there, because I just want to be strict in the knowledge of like yeah, it goes against the family kind of energy, or something like that. It could be for some people, could be race entirely, could not be about children or that. It could be about race. So could be a number of reasons that they're kind of pointing out to, like, why would you love this person? And love doesn't carry that type of energy, which 2121 on the clock is what, you and your person know. But this person, oh, okay. So this militant person that we were talking about has also kind of went within after connecting with the divine feminine energy and seeing how real it was. And that's what's got them looking at things a little bit differently. Oh, okay. They're like, they got a chance to be in the energy, and they were like, okay, maybe I should take this thing and this, because that's not settling. That's some of these things shouldn't matter with love. Maybe they're looking at it through, like I said, with the clarity, the open eyes. So again, it's one of those energies. Really does awaken people to take a deeper look at themselves and what they want in a person. 2222 on the clock, to see what kind of energies they do really want to work with. Like, it's like, wait a minute, because everybody's under the impression now that it may look different. It may look different because it's supposed to work with you. It's supposed to be a helpmate. So there's a lot of different, and some people may have always traditionally been like, oh, barefoot and pregnant. But it's like, okay, I can be barefoot, pregnant, cooking your food, and giving you some great ideas about things. And so that's also kind of a part of it too for some of these people. But, or because those things may have more strength than whether or not this person is out of their race. Their loyalty and, the things that really build traditions are the things that solidify and validate this relationship, or someone having a relationship with her. Oh, wow. Because this person, because again, these men have to look at it like, what would a relationship look like with this person? Would they be able, like, if I could, because they can see everything that you have, everything that you are, because they went within on their own. These are men that are ready to find a wife, and gods are, divine, and they have decided, like, hey, I want one of these. And now they're looking when they come and encounter different women. And I think that's a part of the process too, because everybody has to kind of look at everybody that comes towards them, and they have to be faced with certain things. But I feel like it's because maybe there's this thing with the checklist when it comes to a pure divine feminine. Not saying this person's never slept with anybody ever in their life, blah, 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 because clearly we said this person has, right, divine masculine? But at the end of the day, it's like pureness of heart, pureness of, energy and desire to really love someone without hindrance. And be solid in the commitment to respecting and appreciating, just all the core values. So it's like when all the core values actually pop up, because maybe that's what other people have been lacking. It's this core value. It's this peace within. It's this I've learned. It's this I respect. 2424 again on the clock. So perhaps that's what this person sees. Yeah. The way maybe this person, whomever this older gentleman who is very stringent about who he would and would even consider look at. It's the energy. Like, don't bother me with your energy. Kind of gentleman. But that person is looking at the divine feminine. It's like, oh no, wait a minute. No, this is not a bother. This is beautiful. Like, they're over there, like, they're seeing a lot of, like, different ways to be able to work with this divine feminine. And that's a different type of tune, maybe. Because, again, it's kind of like the barefoot and pregnant, the this, the that. Maybe they even like, oh, I don't like women with short hair. Like, it could be some very shallow things that these people hold on to that is changing. Because, you know, as far as these men that are also looking to find, because it's not like there's just one, but there, for each masculine there is only one for you, right, in your eyes, right? And then there's the competition that also sees your person, and each one of these individuals has a person. It's just they all know where they stand, and they are all, you know, cognizant. So and just keep advised, there's also a feminine energy that wants to be with divine feminine too. But anyway, and this Lover's card. So they've all had to go within. Oh yeah, they've all had to go within and kind of look at, like, well, would this be a great counterpart? Would this be someone that could do that long haul? Whatever it was that got me choked up and I was coughing about, it's like, whatever that is, this is what this is to them. They're looking at the person like this, like, oh wow, okay, do I have the strength to move forward and present an offer? Am I ready? Am I clean? Am I clear? Am I, you know, solid in my changing my decision about dating a woman with children or a woman with short hair, or, you know, whatever it is, right? Am I ready to defend my decision on this woman? And then it's like, okay, do I see all of the things that could really be here? Am I able to really see everything with, I guess it's kind of like some flaws in all energy. So it's kind of like, even though this person doesn't have long hair, even though this person is, you know, of a different nationality, race, you know, descent, you know, family lineage, whatever, other side of the tracks, you know, does that really matter? Does that hold the weight with respect to the core values and what I'm actually building? And it's kind of like, no, because those should never have played a part in the first place. Maybe that's what some people are coming to a resolve about, because they're maybe realizing, like, if it's children, like, oh wait, no, if this is divine feminine energy, then they made these children in the aspect of love and, like, coming together and having a union. They weren't out there just being like, woo, oh, I got pregnant and I forgot to take my birth control. It's like, no, these people were in committed relationships. They knew they were going to get pregnant. You know, it was one of those things, you know, if not even, like, worked hard, you know, in the marriage to even have, you know, a child together. So a lot of different stuff, a lot of different scenarios that is having them really, you know, look at this with seriousness. Like, oh, wait a minute. If the circumstances are actually this versus that, because maybe there's this whole equating, and that's, again, like, people got comfortable equating this with that, or something that I said at the beginning of this. Yeah. Of holding back because of whatever, you know, instead of being more in this serious energy. Like, is that really? So there's this big debate, you know, where the ego is going, you know, going and being looked at in conjunction with, okay, so the difference here is between stroking the ego. So these people believe that divine masculine is going to continue to stroke his ego. Or maybe because divine feminine strokes divine masculine's ego, they feel like, oh yeah, he doesn't realize, you know, that, like, there's an end to this. And when it comes, it is abrupt, like that freeway. You know, it is abrupt, because it's kind of like, well, how many warnings do you need, or how much, you know, there's just no, I don't know. They know something he doesn't know about the timeline that he's been working on. I don't know. But there was something else. There's some women. Okay, I got that. This is, oh, that, okay. I don't even know if I need to pull out this deck for that individual, because they expressed themselves in that other little bit of me talking. They didn't need the deck. They've already went in about those things. So this person's like, no, I know. I've already been looking for my woman. It's hard for me to find one of these kind of one of these kind of energies. So, oh, and they also feel like they know it was like a guided conversation between them, and the person, you know, the energy that they will be embodying when they're able to create this legacy. Because it's like, it's one thing to have children and, you know, to have been married in past tense, or to be like, it's basically like having a family with the right person, living it out all the way through with the right person, going the long haul with the right person, not feeling like you only went to college and now here you got your degree in marriage and you can go ahead and throw away the marriage now because you want to get a master's in it. I don't know, but it's kind of like, no, this is the long haul kind of energy. This is the legacy type of union. This is the type of person that is like, no, I can trust them. I don't have to worry about. Yeah, it's one of those things like when you look, this person kind of looked up and was like, wait a minute, this Nine of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, it's like, yeah, it almost feels kind of like a nightmare-ish kind of circumstance for these gentlemen, because then they're faced with the reality, which may get their heart going pretty fast, like, oh, I gotta be a really good person. Like, I really gotta, like, be on my P's and Q's. But men that are ready for that, even if they've been, like, searching high and low, it still has that trigger moment, right? Because there's this element of trust. Okay, that's the part. Okay, thank you. That element of trust is the one that Divine Masculine, because you may not be able to trust in some way, shape, or form, whether it's yourself or the connection or whatever it is. If that holds you back from this timeline, essentially what's going to take place is there will or may be an opportunity for you to be shown to trust Divine Feminine over the course of time while she gets to know all of these other gentlemen. However, that is a little bit of a confirmation here to these gentlemen that, like, oh, did we have a shot? Can we put in offers? Can we communicate? Can we, you know, jump in the DMs kind of energies with these other masculine energies are putting in? They're like, is it time? Can I jump in? Because they know about the loyalty that they also have to this masculine, to allow him his time, but they're just kind of like, is it there? Yeah, they're checking in on a timeline for his 3232, for his connection. So that's all they're looking at now. They're focused on that. Yeah. Because they know that this, that's where I was at. Thank you. Because they know that this, the way that this, because it fell out on this Two of Pentacles. So the way that this Divine Feminine balances out Divine Masculines, but also kind of puts them on their P's and Q's too, is because it feels almost unnatural, right? Too good to be true. That's what the words were that I was hearing here, that they were like, don't mention. It's the too good to be true energy. So it's like, as long as this individual stays in the too good to be true energy, then that's what will defeat this person. Pay attention right here. So if this is a union, if this is the type of union that feels like that to you, 33:33 on the clock, pay attention. That's the only reason why it feels like too good to be true, because it's not. Because the other ones didn't feel too good to be true. You knew there was something out of alignment, either with yourself or with the other person. And you always knew, like, that's why you didn't have balance previously. Like, that's what you started to pay attention to, which has entitled you to have this type of opportunity, as well as your person, to channel the right energy. Because it's not like, you know, both of you have made the perfect choices. Otherwise, you would have been with people from the past, right? Both of you. Maybe there's even a lot of family things that evolved and provided a lot of growth and knowledge. Oh, maybe even some grace. When you started to pay attention, is that what's been coming up next to it? Because I haven't been looking. If pay attention has been coming up next to it, then pay attention. 34 on the clock. Because the like you paying attention to whatever is going on will help you to figure out like how this new tradition and your highest self align with each other. This is you aligning with your higher self. This is you breaking the generational curses. This is you being the great diviner. You know, like I was saying, king of the castle, man of the house, blah, 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 blah. So, and the energy will exude this air of, you know, etc., etc. I don't know how else to put it because I don't want to, you know, give too much guidance and, you know what I mean, tread to through too many other places that someone else is already like, I'm past that. Okay, you're past that. So then wherever you set your sights and your heights too, which with respect to like what you devised you wanted with respect to stability. You know, pay attention. That's all that keeps coming out. 35, and synchronicities. So maybe pay attention to the synchronicities too. Okay. All right. I hope that this has been helpful, insightful in some kind of way, shape, or form. Oh, I was supposed to. Oh, there's a lot of protection that's being provided too at this time, and I'm supposed to say it's to shield from these feminine energies. Yep, there we go. These feminine energies. Okay, so who's in these? We've got a Queen of Pentacles in reverse that's constantly like won't go anywhere. This is either an actual Queen of Pentacles in reverse, or this is a masculine that's on this bum scale level that is acting like a woman with respect to their energy. Maybe this person is on the down low too. Maybe this person also kind of hints at being a little Queen of Wandsy, but you never really dove into that. You were just kind of like, whatever, that's that person's business. So, I don't know. All right, illusions up here. So, maybe this is helping you break some illusions with respect to who it is that's been in this, you know, negative energy, this disagreeing, competitive, you know, trying to hassle you and your, you know, decision making. Maybe this is going to bring a lot of, you know, like, I don't know, like, you see those grapes? I love when those grapes come out because it feels like it's, like, nourishing and very, you know, wholesome and very, you know, there's I was saying water on the mountaintops, but that is frozen water. But that's kind of what I get, like a fresh water is about to come down. You know, all kinds of different stuff. Like maybe that's what you're going to experience too. Like maybe if you haven't seen your person for a while or you've never been with this person before because you're, you know, still trying to get yourself straight. Like that's what the energy feels like. It's like a fresh water. 37 coming up. Coming up with this stuff. Oh yeah. What I feel is this is just the divine masculine's energy letting, I don't know, maybe any feminine energies that want to come out from these cards. Because I don't think I've, other than the Five of Wands, yeah, I don't think I've pulled anything else from this deck yet. So the divine masculine is just like, yeah, no. I don't have the strength to debate that this does feel like it's too good to be true. So that's why I can't move forward with any past energies, because this person is like, yeah, I don't even have the strength to try with the past energy is maybe what this divine masculine is communicating. Oh wow. Yeah, this person is like, I don't have the desire anymore. Oh, this King of Swords is, and look, it's this Five of Wands again. Like this is how this person is choosing to stand in their personal power. Okay, I didn't even. These cards be doing a lot. Yeah, he's like, I put all these people to rest. I don't feel like this energy wants me to pull out. Like whoever divine masculine is like, I'm not going to talk about my exes, and me and my new person ain't either. It's water on the bridge. Whoever they was with them. Whoever ain't. It's kind of like that energy. This person doesn't have any energy for dealing with past people because they don't feel like they don't feel too good to be true. I keep hearing this song, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good. Baby, you're no good. Yeah, there's that air of like, yeah, you're not good for marriage. I gotta leave you out. I can't take nothing but an empress. That's literally like, let me split it up for you. Since you was wandering. I already told you. Oh my goodness. This is so funny. Okay, let me hurry up. Yeah. It's like, hey, you ain't bringing no stalemate to my situation. This is so... Divine Masculine is not playing about leaving these past people alone. All right, I'm going to leave this deck alone. Divine Masculine don't even want to hear about any feminine energies outside of Divine Feminine. And with respect to, like, what was maybe even someone in the energy or trying to be in the energy or peering into the energy, or what could be causing any type of negative projection into the energy. Okay, so aware, already went within about the feminine energies. They're a no-go. That's this deck. Like, I don't even got the energy to listen to that. That's a part of the protection. We don't talk about those O's. Okie dokie. Let's see. I don't think there's really anything else that I need to pull out at this point. I think that's pretty much the reading at this point, because that was just, it was just other energies, right? And that was just pulled out for that masculine energy who communicated there. So there's now actually 5 energies that are focused on Divine Masculine, outside of the feminine energies. Be they be friends, co-workers, associates, etc., etc. Divine Masculine. These are the reasons that these men feel like they will have the upper hand. It's because you won't get into the right energy until you're able to cut off all connections, because that's a part of entitling you to the connection, which is something that these men who, one of them who went within, one of them who was always ready. That's what this person said. I'm always ready. Because this person is ready. I've been waiting. This person has been waiting to just like even connect. Like just walk around the lake. Never mind, I flew her out to the lake. That kind of energy. I flew her out so she could go walk around the lake. It's a date. It's just friends. Oh. Excuse me, my nose been itching and I felt like it was a little bit getting mocos. But yeah, so that's the energy there. Yeah, so let's finish up this reading. I hope that this has been helpful, insightful. Those are the things that they're seeing. You might want to rewind it back so you could, finish figuring out like all the ways to continue to protect, or what it is that you may have to, get in focus is what I'm seeing here, because it's coming out on the strength card. That, because, yeah, this focus, like what you need to focus on as far as like maybe this luxury, profit, success, home, businessman, wealthy, successful provider, like maybe your timeline also doesn't matter, because essentially what one of the things that Divine Feminine's energy had to go into in order to submit fully to Divine Masculine's energy is being able to not be concerned with time. Okay, that was something about a download about time too before I started this, wasn't it? Anyway, yeah. Oh, that's what they know too. They know something about your timeline here. Okay. And then they also know something, there's some like general energy of like they do not deserve healing if they cannot heal, with respect. Okay, so that's Divine Masculine's energy towards the past feminine energies that may be, attempting to try to reconnect or something. It's like they don't deserve healing, and he knows that he has healing, energy. So there's also this like nobody, but it's like a futuristic energy, like nobody from the past, nobody moving forward, like there's no take backs energy. And as long as you maintain a relationship where there's nothing to repair, right, where you don't go out and cheat and just screw around, and it's not difficult to understand, but it's maybe that's where the ego gets in the way for some men, I guess. Yeah. Or maybe some of them. Oh, that's the two past people. It's like their ego got in the way there. maybe for both of those men who never, I don't know, both of the men in the group that are praying against you. Excuse me for a second. And by praying against you, I just mean like those are the two lower energies. One of them has been with your divine feminine in a connection before and had a contract with them maybe. And the other energy is just their friend that they know you through. This is all a lot of capabilities. Like these are being revealed to you so that you can protect yourself, not to put people on blast either. Yeah, so you know who to talk to and who not to talk to, or who to keep in your energy and not. I don't know. Maybe these people call you and kind of communicate with you to try to see where you're at and see what you're doing. And like if you, went towards, maybe this is something that you don't know. That you have a friend that you share information about who is friends with your divine feminine's past divine masculine. So maybe this is a connection you don't even know, because again, this person is a bum, like whomever it is that's from divine fat masculine's past, but it's also not, but it's also the fact that this masculine that they're friends with is on the lower scale. This person didn't build their own like entry into the group, the game, the whatever you know this gentleman from. So part of you being protected, maybe in the workplace. 45 was on the clock. Okay. Maybe they're walking around and like confirming for other people, like when you feel like this, like when you're in a lighthearted energy and you're adapting to like things, just kind of going easy breezy, having a good day. They're finding out about this change, and they're acknowledging it to the other person. And then they try, because this means that things are coming to light for you and that you're healing. So maybe that's something that they're communicating. But you don't know about that because you're focused on your relationship, which is exactly where it should be too. Not to be funny or anything like that. Yeah, that's exactly where it should be is what I'm getting here. Okay, so I don't feel like I should do anything else. This has been almost an hour. Yeah, you do need the time to heal, and cycles take time and time to heal, and you are progressing in that. But essentially it is this energy of like you needing to cut ties, like your ships can't come in to the right area of the port, like because the ship that you have coming in is so big, you have to get these other small ones out. So the cutting the ties and moving on to receive what you need, progression arriving. So if you've constantly done that and are continuing to do that, then that's pretty much where you need it to be for this healing stuff to come in together for you within this correct timeline. Like as long as you're cutting off all of that, that's how you receive this protection for your union to come into play in the right time. I hear some dogs hollering. So I'll leave it at that. I hope that this has been helpful and insightful in some way, shape, or form, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.